What's going on, Orlando Magic fans? Welcome to the Six Man Show Postgame Live presented by Rock'em. Oh man, that was a really frustrating frustrating game and frustrating end to a game. Your Orlando Magic fall to the Atlanta Hawks 120-119 in Mexico City. Man. That was really frustrating. It's 12:20. I didn't even realize how late this game ended. It's 12:22 a.m. Eastern time. So if you stayed up and watched that game, and you're joining us here for the Six Man Show Postgame Live, thank you for being here. My name is Producer Kevin. Glad you're here. A lot to talk about with this game. We're going to do that. But glad you're here. Glad you're tuning in. Really grateful for that. Time Mr. TV, straight away, wasting no time with the super chat. Hit the like button. I'm heated, he says. Agree with the second part and agree with the first part. Please hit that like button if you're here. Thanks for tuning in. But the Six Man Show Postgame Live is presented by Rock'em. Rock'em is the world's largest sock store, and they are located in Orlando. They are a great company with great people, and they support the Six Man Show, which is awesome. And so you can get really cool socks and underwear from Rock'em.com, like these socks that we've been showing off all year long. These are the classics. They go with the classic jerseys this year. How about some City Edition socks that match the City Edition this year? Pretty cool stuff. And then they also do custom socks. For example, here are some custom socks. They've got the Magic logo on the front, Six Man Show on the back. Pretty cool. You can get your own custom socks, but you can make them say something else. They don't have to say Six Man Show or whatever. They could say Trae Young's bald or something like that. Take your pick. But whatever you do, when you shop at Rock'em.com, please use the code MAGIC20. That'll get you 20% off at checkout. And it also help the Six Man Show out. So definitely appreciate that. I appreciate Rock'em and all their support all season long. All right, chat, how are we feeling tonight? Well, I know how you're feeling. That was so tough. Man. Another game that's there to be won, and they just made one more play than you down the stretch. And I'll just be honest, guys. Like, part of me is frustrated with how the game ended for the Magic. Part of me is just frustrated at how the game ended on the broadcast. Like, we're already stressed out. We're already on edge. And then the feed just craps out with like 12 seconds left. Man. Obviously, I don't know if that's Bally's fault or the truck in Mexico City or whoever. It doesn't matter. That was just unacceptable. Like the worst possible time. Could that not have happened in the first quarter? I think that's why I'm so like agitated right now. Obviously, losing that game sucks. I never want to lose to Trae Young. I never want to lose to the Hawks. But how that game ended just agitated me. Whoa. T-Spang says, can't lose the lead with Trae Young sitting on the bench for 5 minutes. That's exactly what happened. That's just, man, it's the worst. The worst. Ascension says, we need a consistent scorer. It's always someone different. Yeah, we need some consistency from a lot of guys. P5 got to hit, Zach says, P5 got to hit a wide open three. My goodness. Yeah, you want to see that go down. Yeah. That would have been so epic if that went in, but rough. I mean, that's the thing that's frustrating is, as frustrating as this game was, you can't ask for a better look. I mean, maybe you could ask for a better look from a more reliable three-point shooter, but Powell can still hit threes. It's not like he's a 20% free three-point shooter. He wants that one back. Jonas Wales says, Franz had that nice shot at the end, but feels like he hasn't had much impact so far this season. Mo's killing it, though. Yeah, Franz tonight. I don't. It's hard. I don't want to have like a knee-jerk reaction, but I'm trying to remember a game in which he looked this bad in his NBA career. And I've seen them all of his games. He was a shell of himself tonight. It's not, and I don't just mean from the field, and we're going to look at the box score later, but the turnovers, the poor decisions, I mean, Matt says, not me punching a pillow on that finish. Yeah. I punched the table. So if you're watching our playback, you heard me just Man, I'm Jovi says can't stand the foul calls. Yep, Trae Young's a foul merchant. And we took the bait many times tonight. Anthony Black, Jalen Suggs. A lot of guys took the bait. Oh, man. Let's see. Sorry, guys. You guys are going crazy in the chat. I'm trying to just hit as many of these as I can. Sean says tonight's game is like getting a penicillin shot after a date. What? Mango Man says one of the worst produced games all around I've ever seen. Yeah, it was a bit of a cluster. And again, I don't know what the situation is between Bali and Mexico City. Obviously, it's not a typical NBA broadcast venue. You know, who knows? But that ending was just a mess. Shine a light. I don't agree with that. Paolo cannot have the ball in his hands in the clutch. Paolo just had a game winner literally 7 days ago in Utah. You know? I don't think that's totally fair. Yeah, I mean, you want to see him hit that 3 tonight, but I'm totally okay with him getting the ball in the clutch. Local chef says it. Free throws, man. Yeah, free throws. We're going to look at the box score in a second, but free throws quite literally lost you the game tonight. Other things did too. Turnovers, you could take your pick, but you just want to look at free throws, lost you the game. Jonas Whale says AB looks nice. He absolutely does. He's the real deal. I'm convinced. Bo says team looked confused on offense the last couple of possessions. I 100% agree. CM says, yeah, those turnovers were rough. Yep, turnovers were really bad. Matthew says, can we not go 5-20 again to start the season? Well, good news. I can promise you we won't. Can promise you we won't go 5-20 this season. Man, you guys are insane right now in the chat. Appreciate you all being here. Yeah. All right, guys. My thoughts on this game. You get Markelle back, so that's nice. And Markelle, I thought, for the most part, played all right. I thought made some poor decisions at times. Turned the ball over a couple times. But it's always good to get him back. Jalen Suggs, man. Jalen Suggs. So good. Best player on the floor tonight for the Magic. Just everywhere. 21 points for him. 3 boards, an assist. Career high, 7 steals. Wow. Crazy night from Markelle. Crazy. Dizzy says Markelle was over helping so much on that game winner. Yeah. Mr. Don says Fultz is just all right. Not bad, not good, just okay. Yeah, that's what I said. I think he was okay tonight. Hit a couple timely buckets when Atlanta made the runs, which Fultz has done his entire Orlando Magic career. But also made some pretty brutal mistakes. Emilio says, after Paolo's missed 3, didn't we have 1 timeout left? How do we just throw the ball away like that? It was a bit chaotic there. It was also hard to follow on the broadcast because the audio and the video got out of sync, and so I honestly couldn't tell you what happened after the 3. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I'd have to go back and watch it. Obviously, we lost the video feed, and then when it came back, it was a loose ball. It was just a scramble, and my brain was scrambled. Man. Matthew Kennison says, free Jonathan Isaac. It's time. Well, Jonathan Isaac played 15 minutes in this game. That's the most minutes he's played in 3 years. So he's starting to get freed. And the fact that he was the center down the stretch, that was incredible. Didn't expect that at all. Yeah. First off, please do not mishear me when I say what I'm about to say. I am not defending Bally. Bally is trash, okay? However, again, I don't know how much of this was Bally and how much of this was Mexico City, okay? These broadcasts when the remote broadcasts like this, there's two different entities at work here. There's the production truck in Mexico City and the venue, and then Bally. And so I don't know where the breakdown was. My guess is the actual feed breakdown was from Mexico City because we still had the score bug and everything on the bottom. So, woof. All right. Man. Gosh, man, that game was right there, guys. Andrew says, let's just blame Bally. Okay, that's fine. We can blame Bally. Gosh, this is another game that's right there. Obviously, of all the games that we say were winnable games, I mean, this one is the most winnable. If you look at how this game ended, well, really, I mean, the whole of this game. Again, you make 2 more free throws. You have 1 fewer turnover. I mean, the margin in this game was just so tight, and time after time, just made poor decisions and poor fouls and missed free throws and all those things. Woof. Let's look at the box score. That'll help us. That'll at least help me kind of process a little more of this game. I'm still kind of just rattled. Our friend Jonathan Osborne, host of the Six Man Show, says, come April, we're going to be looking at this stretch to start the season. Potentially. James says, anyone know why this counts as a Magic home game? Yes, James. That is because the Orlando Magic made it a home game. I don't know how the whole thing works with the NBA and international games and the teams. I don't know if the NBA comes to the team and says, hey, would you like to be an international game? And the team says yes or no. Or does the NBA come to you and say, hey, you are this year's international game? I imagine it's probably the former instead of the latter. Ty, Mr. TV, another super chat, man. Appreciate this. Key timeouts, miss, and what's up with our challenges? Yeah, I did not like that challenge. If you're watching our playback, I mentioned it because, not only was it not necessarily the best play to challenge, but it also didn't guarantee possession even after it. So regardless, even if you won it, it wasn't a good use of a challenge. All right, box score. Franz Wagner, we talked about him a little bit already, but 12 points for him. On 5 of 12 shooting, 0 for 1 from 3. 6 boards, 3 assists, 4 turnovers for Franz, man. Again, I'm trying to think of a night. There might have been nights where Franz was worse statistically, but as far as the eye test, for lack of a better term, he just did not look like Franz Wagner tonight. He did not look like Franz. It's tough, man. We really, 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 really need Franz to play better than that tonight. Yeah, JSCO, Franz looked lost. Yeah, I don't know what the deal was, man. I really don't know. Paolo, 17 points. Efficient, 7 of 14 from the field. 1 of 3 from 3. Imagine if you went 2 for 3 from 3. Man. 50% from the free throw line, not good enough. 8 boards, 4 assists, and 9 turnovers between Paolo and Franz. That sounds about right. Because those dudes were some awful passes tonight. Some passes weren't smart, and then some passes were just overconfident that they could squeeze a pass into tight space. And the Hawks made him pay time and time and time again. Oh, man. But not Franz. Paolo was okay. He was okay. A couple times I wish he'd, try to get to the rim or whatever. I don't know. Goga starting again, 12 and 5 for him, 5 of 7 from the field. I mean, Goga is what Goga is. Goga didn't lose this game, I'll tell you that. Jalen, again, best player on the floor tonight. 12 points, 7 of 10 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3, man. He has these games every once in a while. It's just unconscious. 3 boards, an assist, 7 steals, 2 turnovers. We talked to Markel already, but Again, I thought he was okay. Not great, but okay. 13 points, 5 of 12 from the field, 3 assists. Second unit was, mixed bag. I mean, well, we'll just go through it. Cole, 7 points, 1 of 7 from the field for Cole, 0 of 4 from 3, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Cole's worst game of the year. I think that's probably safe to say. Obviously, offensively, for sure. 1 of 7 from the field. He did come in and not just get 2 rebounds, but he tapped a couple other ones. So credit to him, obviously, for doing that. But not a good night for Cole, especially with 3 turnovers. Anthony Black, man. Wow. 9 points, 3 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 6 boards, an assist, a steal, a block. What more do you want from a rookie? Especially coming out there sharing the floor with Trae Young. Thought he defended Trae and Murray very well on several occasions. Anthony Black is the real deal. The real deal. J.I., we talked about him already a little bit, but 12 points for him in a season high, 15-47. And again, that's not just a season high. I don't recall. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he played 15 minutes last season in those few games. So this is potentially the most minutes Jonathan Isaac has played since the bubble, which is crazy. But great to see. I love to see the minutes, but I also love seeing him on the floor in crunch time again. He was on the floor in crunch time in Utah, but that was like a second, 2 seconds, whatever it was, that last possession. And so to have him out there for the last, I think it was 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that, that was really cool to see. And he did well. Also had 7 boards. Is that 2 blocks? Yeah, 2 blocks for Jonathan Isaac. Good night for Jonathan Isaac. Can't be mad at that. And then Mo, another strong offensive night for him. 13 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. 7 boards as well. Chuma Okeke came in for a brief stint at the end of the first half, I believe it was. Missed a wide open 3, but just less than 2 minutes for him. So yeah, guys, let's look at some of these team stats. No, gosh, I already see it. I'm scared. Hawks shoot better, 48% to your 46%. Their 3-point shooting cooled off dramatically. 38.5 for them, 37 for the Magic. Free throw shooting, though. Hawks go 23 of 30 from the free throw line, which isn't good. And the Magic do worse. 25 of 35, 71%. You miss 10 free throws in a game, you lose by 1. Man, how many games in a row has it been that just free throws killing us? You do out-rebound the Hawks, especially on the offensive glass. 46-37, and offensive is 17-8, which is just great. You love to see that. Continued effort and hustle. 19 assists on 42 field goals. That Magic would definitely like to see that higher. But 12 steals, 18 turnovers, man. 18. Man. And you had, I don't know how many of those in the first half. Fortunately, they did better in the second half, but still wasn't great. 58 points in the paint, 24 fouls. Fouls were even, 25-24. Each team had a flagrant foul, and both teams' largest lead was 11. So, it's a pretty even game. This looks like a 1-point game on paper. If you look at these stats, it doesn't surprise you, but oh man, that stinks, guys. Gosh, it's just frustrating. Coming back to the chat now. Shannon says my man Markelle needs to be more aggressive. He can get to his spot. He can. He did that several times tonight. At some level, I agree with you, but I also thought there were some times tonight where Markelle missed some open passes. By missed, I mean didn't see the open pass to some open guys, which is not super common for him. Mr. Don says 12 turnovers in the first half. Yeah, exactly. 12 in the first half, so 6 in the second. They definitely did better in the second, but that first half was a mess. Yeah, Rich, 9 turnovers combined from Franz and Powell. That is just not good enough. Just not good enough. Rich says missed layups. We continue to see this to be an issue. Guys finishing at the rim, becoming an issue all season long. Blake says, got to get up to the Hawks, though. Trey's a menace, and they have good players. I mean, that's true. You know, obviously, I'm not a Trey fan. I can't stand the guy, but obviously, he's a great basketball player. Credit to the Magic for slowing him down in the second half, though. Obviously, he had 33 in the first half, and you're thinking, holy smokes. But Trey's also a great distributor. If there's any part of his game that I respect and admire, it's his ability to get other guys involved, and he's a great passer. Just a great passer. Oh, yeah, Jay Esco, this is a great point. Third quarter was good for a change. Absolutely. That's where you turn the game around. You're down 4 at the half, and you look terrible in the first half. Third quarter starts poorly, but then you pick it up and ended up pulling away and getting a decent lead going to the fourth. So, or at least I shouldn't say that. A minute or so left, 2 minutes left in the third quarter is when the Hawks made another run. But yeah, great third quarter. Very different than what we've seen this season. Jay says, can J.I. give us maybe 16 minutes on Saturday for Giannis? We're going to talk about the Bucks game here in a second, but that would be amazing. I would not count on it, but that would be incredible. Saw a clip from the Hawks side and audio and score bug, all that were aligned, so blame Bally. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Smeese or Smiths, I'm going to say Smeese says, I feel sick. Yeah, this one hurts, man. That was such a winnable game. Every aspect of it. Like we talk about free throws, we talk about turnovers. Even at the end, in spite of all the free throws and turnovers, you get a wide open 3 for Paolo. And he can't knock it down. I mean, man, just the finest of margins tonight. Golly, that sucks. Oh, man. Let's see here. Man, you guys are crazy in the chat tonight. Thank you guys for being here, first off. Before we talk about anything else, I'll let those of you know, because some of you don't join us at the very beginning. You come through. Wait, really quick. What's the game that Six Man Show was promoting to go to? Oh, yes. Let's talk about this. A couple of them, Emilio. He asked, off topic, what's the game that Six Man Show was promoting to go to PAX? So PAX the Amway. Was it the Thunder? Emilio, it was 2 games. The first one is the in-season tournament game Friday the 24th, I believe it is. The Black Friday, day after Thanksgiving, against the Boston Celtics. That's an in-season tournament game, our last in-season tournament game. So we pushed that one really hard when the schedule first came out. The second one, you're right, is the Thunder game, which is on February 13th, because that game is currently scheduled to be broadcast on TNT. And so we want the biggest, loudest, best Magic fans there to show the NBA universe what's going on in Orlando. So yes, you're exactly right. It is, the Thunder is one of those games. But yeah, what I was about to say, guys, was don't forget, the Six Man Show Postgame Live is presented by Rock'em. We love Rock'em. I mean, genuinely, guys, I would not sit here and talk about them all the time if I didn't mean it. It's a great company with great people. And a lot of the people there are Magic fans, diehard Magic fans, because they are a Central Florida company, Central Florida brand. And all of their employees are right there in Central Florida because they do their whole process there at their headquarters. So from the owner, founder, to the marketing team, the design teams, the manufacturing is done in their facility as well. And so they're a great company. We're just beyond pumped to have them as a partner this season. And you can use that code MAGIC20 to get 20% off at rock'em.com. You know what's funny? A lot of things are funny. I don't know what happened to my camera here, but we're going to fix that. A lot of things are not funny tonight, I guess I should say. Yeah. Gosh, it's just frustrating. Amelia says, bet I just bought front row seat, row A for the Thunder game, section 110. W, Amelia, that's sick, dude. Come say hi to us. I believe currently the plan is all 3 of us, Jonathan, Luke, myself, will all be at this game. All as fans as well, which we don't always get to do. So we're all going to be sitting together as fans, which will be really fun. Oh, man. Allie says, hey, from Scotland, gutted. Yeah, that loss will definitely do that to you. That was rough. Let's look at a couple other things before I talk about Saturday and all that good stuff. Let's take a look at tonight. As we do in every single Six-Man Show Postgame Live, we're going to look at scores around the league. Tonight, only 2 games. Magic and Hawks and Bucks Pacers, and the Indiana Pacers defeat the Milwaukee Bucks 126-124. No Damian Lillard in this game, which means we're going to get Damian Lillard on Saturday because I believe it was just rest. I don't think it's attributed to an injury. Really quick, I'll interrupt. Blake says, shout out to Kev for giving us all placed event. Hey, guys, this is what it's all about right here. The highs and the lows. That's why we came up with this whole idea of a post-game show, is because we want Magic fans to have a place where they can come and be thrilled at a 19-point victory over the Los Angeles Lakers, or be devastated after a 1-point heartbreaking loss in a foreign country to the Atlanta Hawks. Oh, man. So, yeah, Pacers beat the Bucks. In my mind, that doesn't bode well for the Magic, because that just means the Bucks are going to be even hungrier on Saturday, but we'll see. Let's look ahead to Friday, because the reason why I want to look at this is because of the in-season tournament. Nets and Celtics play each other. Another Group C in-season tournament game. If you'll recall, the Nets already got the win over the Bulls. I believe this is the only Group C game, yeah. So Nets beat the Bulls in the first day of games, and now the Nets play the Celtics. So this is a big game for Group C. So I'm obviously going to be keeping an eye on that tomorrow night, 7:30 on ESPN. And then we'll look at the standings, and then we're going to talk about Saturday. So refresh this to make sure it's up to date. Yep, the Orlando Magic now a 500 basketball team once again. 4-4, but I mean, we're 4-4 along with 5 other teams in the East, you know? Obviously, you'd love to be sitting 5-3. Sole possession of the 4th spot, or excuse me, be tied with the Bucks for the 4th spot in the East. But instead, you're 4-4. Look, still 500. You know, can't be super mad at that based on how you would project the season to go in preseason. But again, it's just frustrating when you know the number of games that were there to be won. The first Lakers game and this Hawks game especially come to mind as just the 2 games that felt super winnable and you just lost them. But yeah, I mean, look at the teams you're with. Brooklyn, Knicks, Raptors, Heat, all right there at 4-4. And you're ahead of a team like the Cavs and the Bulls. You know, you still have a 1-game lead over the Cavs, 1.5-game lead over the Bulls, and so can't be super mad at that. And again, you're only 1.5 games back, but behind teams like the Pacers and the Celtics. So, oh man! But the issue is your opponent on Saturday. You're 4-4 right now, and you're facing the Bucks on Saturday with a chance to maybe go under 500 for the first time. First time. You started 2-0, ended up 2-2, then 3-2, then 4-2, and then 4-3 and 4-4. So yeah, it could potentially be under 500 for the first time on Saturday. So yeah, let's talk about Saturday. That's gonna be tough, guys. First off, it's an odd start time. It's a 6 p.m. on a Saturday start time. I don't remember that ever. I've been watching Orlando Magic basketball religiously since 2004, and I don't remember a 6 p.m. tip time on a Saturday. Obviously, we get those on every Sunday, but a Saturday 6 p.m. tip time is weird. But I say that to remind you, so don't forget on Saturday, it's an early tip time. Don't want you tuning in at 7 o'clock and going, oh, I missed the first half. So yeah, Magic, Bucks in Orlando. First time getting to see the new look Bucks this season with Dame and Giannis. Again, we assume Dame is going to play. That's a tall order. I mean, that is a tall order for any team. Obviously, the Bucks off to a little bit of a slow start by their standards, just being 5-3, losing tonight to the Pacers. But that's going to be a tough game. We're going to see what this Magic team is made of. Obviously, we know the Magic can beat any team any night. They've proven that over the last couple of years. But this is going to be tough. Giannis obviously is no joke, and you have Dame, and this would be a great game to get Gary Harris back. That's what I'm going to say. I don't know if that's going to happen. We haven't heard any rumblings that might happen, but I would love to see Gary Harris in this game. We could really use both his perimeter offense and perimeter defense. And yeah, Giannis is Giannis. I can't remember who mentioned it earlier. I apologize, but if you can get Jonathan Isaac to play in this game 12 to 15 minutes, even if it's just 12 again, I can't imagine you see more than 15, but being able to have him as another body to guard Giannis would be huge. Chat, I'll come to you guys one last time here tonight. Yeah, I mean, looking ahead to that, again, just last thoughts on that Milwaukee game before I turned over to chat to close the night out. You got Milwaukee at home. I was trying to pull up what the game after that is. I believe it's, that's where we get into the in-season tournament stuff. So you play Milwaukee at home on Saturday. You get 2 days off, Monday, Tuesday, and then you're on a road trip at Brooklyn, at Chicago, at Indiana. And 2 of those games are in-season tournament games. So the Brooklyn game and then the second Chicago game, both in-season tournament games, which, by the way, shameless plug, Friday, November 17th, the second in-season tournament game in Chicago is also our first watch party of the season. It's going to be at Wall Street Plaza, just like our lottery party, which was amazing. And so we need to blow that thing out of the water. Once again, we need a lot of Magic fans there. So please, if you are in the area, come join the six-man show at Wall Street Plaza for that watch party. But yeah, so that Milwaukee game's huge. The good thing is after that's a stretch of very winnable games. I know it's a road trip, but Brooklyn, Chicago, Indiana. That's the most winnable four-game stretch that we've had all season. And then Toronto after that. So, but yeah, I mean, if you don't want to go under 500, you got to show up on Saturday. So that'll be interesting. Shelby says, me and my boyfriend will actually be at this Saturday game to celebrate his late birthday. Go Magic. Awesome. I hope you enjoy that. Also, our friend Ben is going to be there for the 6th fan show. So Shelby, if you and your boyfriend want to be on the 6th fan show, check out our guy Ben Gifford will be out there recording that as soon as the Magic game is over. Right out in front of Amway, kind of near the team store. You can't miss it. He'll have a camera and a big old light and all that good stuff. So definitely go take part in that. Matt Harmon says, do you have any intel on Jet Howard? I don't have any intel on Jet Howard. I'm just like the rest of most Magic fans who would love to see Jet Howard get some meaningful minutes. Obviously, we've seen him play a few times this season, but only in garbage time. Would love to see Jet Howard just get some burn, especially on nights where our offense isn't cooking, which is frequently. Why not throw a guy out there who is supposedly capable of knocking down threes? Why not have him run around screens and see if you can get him open, see if you can get him going? Just some instant offense. I don't know. I would love to see it, but we haven't yet. The Distract says, Kev, help me out. This game has me down. Me too, bro. Me too. Yeah, I can't help you. I'm very down about this. That's a game. You got to win that one. You just got to win it. Yeah, I have nothing for you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, man. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it for tonight's episode of Six Man Show Postgame Live presented by Rock'em. Thank you all for tuning in, whether you're watching live here on YouTube or whether you're watching this later or listening to this later as a podcast feed. We're always grateful for those of you who watch and listen. Again, Saturday night, Magic, Bucks will be here as soon as that game is over. Ben will be there at Amway for the 6th fan show. If you're going to the game, stop by and see him there, but we'll be here after the game. So until then, let's go Magic.